Hi, Travis with Splunk here. Wanted to follow up with the open code discussion I was talking about at the end of my last video, where I showed you how to get open code up and running, working with Ollama and the Splunk MCP server. Then I actually built a dashboard, showed you the session for building that dashboard and the completed dashboard. While the iron was hot, I thought I'd strike and try to build a second dashboard to see if I get the same results. Now, I started off with the exact same read the expert dashboard layout rules. If you didn't see the other video or even the Claude code, I started all three of those with the same prompt to see if it comes out with very similar results or if it's going to be completely different every time. I am going to say your mileage may vary depending on what model you're using. If you're using a cloud, I've been trying to stick to anything that's local and small because I've only got an NVIDIA 4070. I've been using Gemma 4, 12B. I did test some other ones out with Claude to see if I can get it to work better, Claude Code CLI. But with OpenCode, I've only been using Gemma 4, 12B. Here it is. I asked the same question. Hey, go look at this index and tell me what you think. Let's build a dashboard. And that's where I started going down, and it gave me some ideas, but it was off. It was different than the other one. I mean, I can go in here, and if you haven't used OpenCode before, you can actually do a sessions. If you want to see a previous session, you can go find a previous session and start reviewing what it did, and that's what I did last time. I went through it all, and then I went back and reviewed the session and showed you how it all worked. One thing I don't like, see a bar. So if anybody from OpenCode is looking, I don't know, I don't see a way to go up to the top of the page, except for using my mouse wheel right now and scrolling up. There it is. There's that. And see, in here, it started producing fields. Tell me some of the fields that are available. I'm going to sessions. We're going to go back to that Proxmox one. And now you get to see me scroll all the way back up to the top, which this one's a much shorter one, fortunately. So I did ask that, so you can just see a difference. And there wasn't any fields. So I was like, do not see any fields. Once again, if you see your questions or your prompts will have the little question marks all the way to the left here. Do you not see any fields like BMID or type? I can log in and do index equals proxmox and see that data. And it was funny. It said, no, the fields are not present. So I was confused. I can log into my Splunk indexer and see the fields are there. And I've built dashboards around it. What is going on? And then I thought about it. This is hooked into my search head. I have my Splunk MCP on my search head. That's also my ITSI server, IT Service Intelligence. I never actually created the props.conf file or the field extractions for Proxmox on my search head. I've always done it on my indexer, and that's my bad. So, well, while I'm here, I even told it here, okay, I've forgotten to create it. And for that source type on my indexer, I can see those fields. And it even agreed that explains why I didn't see anything. Said, yes, let me fix that field extraction. Wait a minute. And you look at the raw output and make suggestions on a regex for field extraction. So now I'm like, what can we really do? Build dashboards? Or can I just ask it? And this should not be, I don't think it should be using anything in the dashboard studio builder, because I did go out to, I don't have the link up anymore, but that Bitsionic that I can't ever, I think I'm saying it right, and I think I figured out in the last video that that's actually a company name. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to talk to these people one day and just get some more information. Anyway, I used their GitHub, which I'll have a link below to it. And I don't think I'm using it now, although I did launch out of my project folder, that project folder with the skills in there. I didn't tell to use the skills. But we'll review this here because I said, hey, can you look and give me an idea of how you would extract the fields? And it said, please provide some sample data. Better yet, or even said, please provide or via S search if you prefer. Yeah, better yet, why don't you just look at the last 15 minutes for index equals proxmox, source type proxmox, and get an idea of the raw log data. Just using simple language and asking, hey, go use the tools that are available. And it did. It went out there and found the raw logs, and it found some key entries, and then it started to break it down. And it gave me a logical splitting, how it could create a regex, and it just kept going and working on this. And even the field extractions for, since I mentioned VM ID and type, what it thought it should do. And here it's a recommendation and how I should go in and create, looks like a props.conf and a transforms.conf, I believe. Pieces, metric. You like me to write out a specific regex string for your props or field extractions config? Yes, I would. I meant to put like, or I would like to see your suggestion for props.conf and compare to what I have. Maybe I need to slow down when I'm typing. And here it goes into make your dashboard more flexible. Yeah, it starts breaking down recommendation using an extraction in my props.conf to break the long key, dealing with the full the logical component instead of dealing with the full consonanted string. Then your current state. Currently, you likely have no extractions. I could have maybe instead of just compared to what I have, maybe I should have injected right there what I have. Here is my current state, or here is my block, which I do provide here in a minute because it's going, you don't have anything. Whatever I do is going to be better, basically. And my suggestion for a props.conf configuration, you can see, and it even puts in there why it does this and why it does that. I mean, that's cool that it does that and kind of dirties it up a little bit and makes it hard to read, but it's in there. And then the regex pattern, that's the regex pattern it came up with. And why this is better, nothing is better than what I have. So then this is where, after it got done talking to me and giving me all this explanation, it even said, if you have a specific block of your current props.conf. So here's where it's going. Okay, you didn't really give me anything, but if you give it to me, I'll take a look. So I did log into my Splunk indexer, grabbed what I'm doing right now, and it works just fine and breaks up the data the way I wanted it. And I may have used field extractor. I don't remember how I actually did it, but it works. So I said, yeah, here it is. Take a look and compare. And started to compare, and it says uses a positional approach, fixed length and path, while my suggestion. So it's going back and forth, saying mine and what I built and what it suggests, the AI suggests, and why this could be better, and then why your VMI tape ID is missing. Yeah, it just keeps going into examples of maybe why my regex could be an issue. And if I get down here further, you can pause the video, read more if you want to read it all. And it says if you want to keep the current structure but make it more future-proof, we can adjust the VMID type and type groups to be less dependent on specific dot counts. I said, yes, let me see adjustments to my regex. So you've made a bunch of suggestions. I've read through them. I'm interested, show me. Current regex is mine. It's current regex. I actually grabbed a hold of that, went to regex 101, grabbed a raw output, put it in regex 101, and applied that to it, and it worked. Great. And then it starts explaining by changing. So I have a W right here, a /W plus to catch, matches letters, numbers, and underscores to what it suggests, anything except a period. And that helps if I somehow the naming convention in my Dell 620 or node underscore one, if I do change that, how it could catch it and how my regex could fail. So I definitely like how it does explain the regex matching and gives me a suggestion on how I could make the change. So I did actually, out of curiosity, I did actually copy everything and replace the regex, ran it, and it worked. And it started breaking up the fields. And then I removed it for this video. So let me jump back over to Splunk Web and show you right now that there is my current output last 24 hours, the last 60 minutes. Search isn't that long. This is on my ITSI search head, which is also where my Splunk MCP server lives. If I go, and like I said, there is no VM ID, it's just the basic interesting fields because of the way the data is laid out. If I come up here, there is Config Explorer. I am going to go up a level, and then I'm going to go into, put it in a search for now. One of these days, I'm going to go back all through this and organize it better. And at the bottom here, we are going to, and let me, first, you know what I'll do? I'll just come over here because I did come over here and grab the Proxmox. So that's what I was going to do, was just copy this here and then come over here and paste. Something, no, I didn't miss anything. Paste, but I am going to go back to here and just to see and show you that it did work. Copy to clipboard. I like how it says copy to clipboard. Can't paste. Really funny, I can't paste. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, somehow just found this video and didn't watch the other video, if you are using OpenCode, you can't right click, you can't control V, but if you hold down the shift key and right click, it will paste in that prompt. So I don't know why I'm deleting all this, but I am. I'm going to go back over to Splunk Web here, and I am going to make my changes. Now I have my changes where you can see, instead of the W, have what Splunk A or Splunk AI, but Gem AI made suggestion to do. Let me make sure I got one space there. Now, if you haven't used Config Explorer, you can enable it to save your file while you're in the GUI. I recommend that. Not in a production environment, really. And be careful letting people have access to do that. But this is my home environment, so I'm going to make sure and validate. I don't think what I'm doing is looking over here. I don't think there was anything else that I had to do. I think everything as far as the Proxmox / period was fine. Yeah. Right. Yeah, the only adjustment I'd made was just to the regex. Now, let me come back over to web. I've already saved. It may take a second for it to pick up those fields, load everything. And then when I run the search, the ad hoc search, we try the last 15 minutes, see if that kicks it to. Did pause the video. I wanted to put a funny meme in there. But yeah, it did finally pick up my changes, and it is reading my props.conf file. Once again, yes, leave it in the comment below if you want to yell at me for just not reloading, doing a debug reload or whatever. Anyway, but there is a VM ID. It is grabbing all that information. There's my values, my type, and then device. So now I can go back to the plan phase and maybe say something. What would I call it? Again, build a. I'm just curious if I just say that, what will it do? Will it actually go back up since it's at a 25K token right now? Should still have it in the conversation of what I asked before. Will it just go up there and go, hey, they fixed it. Let me rerun all the searches and see if I find fields now. That's what I'm hoping it does. But yeah, I'll let this finish out, and then I may go through and go ahead and close this video out, just showing you that not only can you use this technology, this tool, to help you figure out how to build a dashboard, but I had a regex problem. It helped me figure out I really have a regex problem. I was just missing the regex value, but now I gave it my regex, and it said, here's how you can make it better. That's awesome. Wait, there we go. With your successful extraction of device, there are 3 high utility panel configurations for your Proxmox dashboard. Okay. Say proceed. And what I could do, I could just pause the video and see if I get everything built out. Well, there it goes. It's thinking, it's working. Oh, this is very cool. So I'm going to keep playing with this and seeing if I build another dashboard. And from there, yeah, the sky's the limit. I totally want to count this MID. That may not be right. Second one here, time chart max value by device. That could work. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this out and just show you how cool this is before I get distracted again and start talking. If you have any comments, questions, please leave it below. And as always, happy Splunking.